mense, Anthony van Avontuur Afrika, Justin van Adventure Afrika.
Hallo.
En ja, ons is hier so in die Noord-Kaap, hier in die Rooi Duine roete. En dit was nou na COVID-19 gewees, ons het level 2 geslaan en ons het besluit, ons gaan nou 'n bietjie oordentlik wegkom. En ek moet sê, Justin, dit was nogal, dit was regtig 'n lekker trip.
Anton, absolutely. It was a fantastic trip to come out here. I mean, sitting up where we sit in Gauteng, you don't really think about these beautiful places. And when you come here, it's a different world. I mean, just the landscape, you know, it's not for sissies, number one. Number two, the thing that I really enjoyed is the people. They are so hospitable. They go out of their way for you, and it's funny, like everybody knows everybody else. Everybody has a story. Everybody, like, you know, they're mischievous out here because there's not really much to do.
Nee, hulle jag baie strooi aan die buite hoor. Maar goeie strooi.
Yeah. One of the highlights for me though was when we went to
Koppieskraal,
yeah. There's been so many places. Koppieskraal, we managed to sleep on the pan. And it was absolutely insane. I mean, on the middle of the pan, there's nothing around you. It's quiet. We set up our camp and it was like a 1 billion-star hotel.
Nee, kyk, dit was baie spesiaal geweest. Die stilte, die rustigheid, daai lekker vuurtjie daai aand op die panne. En ek meen die vaastness van daai pan, hy is ontsettend groot. Hy is van die een kant na die ander kant 10 kilos lang.
It's crazy.
Dit is stunning. En as jy so sit op daai pan in die oggend en as hy son opkom en hy gooi daai strale van hom oor daai rooi duine. Dit is net raar.
No, you can't beat that.
This beautiful.
I mean, look, we've stayed in some really nice places. We've been tenting. Look, it's been a bit cold.
Ja, kyk, want ons het mos nou die koue front wat in die Kaap geslaan het hierso sy gatkant gekry en ons het 'n paar aande -2, -3 geslaan waar ja, 'n halwe glasie Coke wat buite vergeet is en 'n botteltjie water was gevries die volgende oggend.
Ja.
Nie bietjie nie, solid.
You know, it's actually been such a great trip, this. And like I said, the places we've seen, the things we've done, I mean, there is so much that you actually have to come and do this trip. I mean, we went to see the little meerkats at the Meerkat Sanctuary.
Yeah,
we did sandboarding. It's so cool to come out here and to see how the people live. It's different.
Ons het kameelmelk in ons koffie gehad.
We had camel milk. They farm camels out here, and you know, they milk the camels, and there's all sorts of benefits to camel milk, and it didn't taste weird. It actually tasted like very creamy cow milk.
En sover ons weet is Hans en Eleanor wat daai Koppieskraal by die kamele boer, die enigste ouens in die land wat kamele melk.
They are definitely onto something, Anton. But we brought a brand new Ford Wildtrak on our first epic adventure. You know, it's a Ranger. It's one of the best-selling buckies in the country, and it's a popular vehicle, and Ford reckons it's pretty capable. So we decided we're going to bring it out here, almost 1,500 kilometers worth of driving just to get here, and driving around on the dunes, over rough terrain, on the pan. I must say, I am quite impressed. We've done nothing to this besides take down the tire pressure.
Maar Justin, voordat ek verder gesels, hier's 'n hek wat ek gou vir ons gaan oopmaak.
Dankie.
Kyk net. Ek is al gat van hekke.
Ja, daar is baie.
Maar terwyl ek hierdie hek oopgemaak het, ek dan gesit en dink. Kyk nou, ek moet sê ek vrek oor die Wildtrak. Maar as daar nou 5 goed is wat ek vir jou moet noem, waarvan ek nie hou nie.
Ja.
En dit is seker nie regverdig teenoor die voertuig nie, want sy het ons regtig baie goed support op hierdie trip.
Ja.
Maar as daar nou 5 goed moet wees.
Okay.
Kyk net, dalk is dit my ouderdom. Dalk is ek nie meer so tegnologies aangewend soos wat ek dink ek is nie. Maar hierdie radkas is tricky. Ek meen ek het daai een duin 'n paar keer moes opstaan om net te probeer uitfigure hoe werk die radkas en hoe gaan ek om in die regte rad kry om teen hierdie duin op te ry.
Want daar is 10 ratte.
Daar's 10 ratte en Ja, ek weet nie, ek het gesukkel om 'n derde weg te trek, maar en in my boekies, as jy 'n duin uitry of enige obstacle uitry, volhou so stadig as moontlik, so vinnig as dit nodig is. En as ek in 'n normale handrat was, sou ek hom in volhou gesit het, ek sou derde gehak het en ek sou gestoot het om deur die duin te kom. Hierdie ene het bietjie gesukkel vir my, maar tog het ons oor die duin gekom.
Ja.
Obviously het jy verstaan hoe werk die ratte beter as ek.
Ek dink dit is want ek jonk en slim is.
Ja, maar jy is nie Afrikaans, so praat Engels, hoor? But ja, jy moet die ratkaststelsel leer.
Okay, so that's number 1.
Dis nommer 1. Die tweede ding is, uit baie elektronika in hierdie ding. Ek weet, op sekere plekke as jy 4x4 moet jy traction control kan afsit. En hierdie ding het op 'n stadium net besluit, kerels, julle jag nou aan, ek wil nou nie meer traction control hê.
Jy miskien 1 of 2 donuts gedoen?
Nee, nooit nie so. Nee. Ford Suid-Afrika nie dit weet nie.
Okay.
Anyway, maar dan die derde ding vir my wat vir my baie versigtig gemaak het om met die voertuig te ry. Ek meen, hy het hierdie groot radarstelsel hier voor. Hy het al hierdie park distance control. Hy het collision awareness. Ek meen, ek het oor hy een duin gekom met bietjie meer spoed as wat ek dalk nodig gehad het. En toe ek weer sien, toe kom die rooi liggies aan in die dash en is collision control en toe sien ek dit Justin hier voor my opspring. Jy het my aandag afgetrek, het jou nie gesien nie. Ek weet. Maar ja, hy het baie goeders en jy kan nie alles afsit.
Okay. Nommer 4.
Wel, die laaste 2 is maklik om uit te sorteer. Ek meen, hy het hierdie hakkie aan die agterkant en ek dink baie van die manufacturers vergeet dat as jy die hak agter op 'n bakkie sit en hy hang bietjie af, dan verloor jy van jou departure angle op die voertuig. So die hak het 'n paar keer in die sand gesleep omdat hy bietjie laer sit as wat die bakwerk regtig is.
So ons was in sand. Yes. But if you maybe on rocks, it would probably be a little bit worse.
Ja, dan nou dag gaan hy krap. Hierdie een het net bietjie 'n sandblasting gekry.
Okay.
En dan weet nie, die laaste een is nie regtig net 'n vordering nie. Dit is al die manufacturers wat dit doen. Hulle bou hierdie ongelooflike goeie voertuie vir 4x4 en dan sit hulle hierdie makeshift all-terrain wiele op hulle. En ek verstaan hoekom. Maar as jy 'n 4x4 bou, gee vir my die opsie om dalk 'n stel Coopers of Maxies of Beefs of wat ook al te kan opsit. Ek dink is iets waarna hulle moet kyk. Maar ek verstaan ook hoekom hulle hierdie tipe bande op hierdie voertuie sit. Want dit is totaal en al om hierdie voertuig te kry om die beste brandstofverbruik te gee as wat hy kan. En ons het dit gesien. Ons het regtig goeie brandstofverbruik gekry.
That's it. Well, Anton, I hear what you say.
So wat, jy gaan nou vir my sê jy het 5 goed waarvan jy hou.
En dan weet jy wat, ek het 5 goed wat ek van hou. Okay guys, so let me tell you what I like about the Ranger Wildtrak. On the road, number 1, it's really comfortable. I just found it to be a really easy drive. It's comfortable. The interior is nicely laid out. I've got great visibility, got really big side mirrors. And that leads me into point number 2, which is all the technology that Anton was talking about, which kind of affects you when you're out there, but when you're on the black stuff, it really helps. So in the front, we've got the radar system, which helps with active cruise control, which means I set my cruise to 120 kilometers an hour, and the vehicle will adjust the speed depending on the cars in front of me. It will slow down or speed up, and it kind of means that I sit here, relax. I don't have to worry about trying to keep up with traffic. It will do it for me. The other thing that I like is it has a lane keep assist. So there's a camera up here by the rear view mirror which follows the lines, and it helps me keep the car in the middle of the lane. The steering gets a bit heavy. It prevents me from swaying out. I think in South Africa we have a big problem with many road users driving on the line, which eats into the oncoming traffic, and that's where we have accidents or side swipes or people dodging out of the way. This keeps me nice and straight. The other thing I like is the look of the bakkie. So number 3 is the look. I think it's a really good looking vehicle. I mean, we've had it on the pan, we've had it in the dunes, and every time you take a photo, it's kind of like, wow, that's nice. Yes, maybe because it is good looking. Out in the dunes, I will admit, Anton, every now and then we'd go past a little bush or something and we hear a scratch, and I really sit here and I go, that doesn't sound so nice. And I was getting out the whole time and checking the front bumper for scratches and the side, and maybe this beautiful orange, which makes the Wildtrak, is not really the color for if you want to do hardcore 4x4ing, but
Wit sal werk.
white will work. But everywhere we've went, everybody has been saying, yes, there's some more bucky. That's what we've been getting. Like you mentioned, fuel consumption, coming here, all the way from Joburg, all the way here to Uppington, and further up into the Kalahari, we've been getting around 10 liters per 100.
Ja, dit is
And-
4x4 ingesluit, né?
Yeah, that's been a combination of driving. What's also great is some of the other technology is I've got Apple CarPlay. Listen, Anton, it's been really cold. I've had heated seats.
Ja, nee, dit was 'n binne 'n paar oggende, hoor.
And what's also great is I've got a tire pressure monitor. I've got all these things that monitor certain aspects of the vehicle. So I don't have to hop out the whole time and put a gauge in the tire. I can just check on the system. Number 4 is obviously the engine. So we have a 2-liter bi-turbo, a diesel unit up front, which produces around 157 kilowatts, 500 Newton meters of torque. That's why I think the fuel consumption is so low. And you know, driving in the dunes and stuff, yes, I agree with you. Once we figured out the gearbox and where to put everything, and what high range, low range, we got up the dune. But I think also just cruising around, the torque, I mean, you just flex your right toe and you'll get over anything. And that leads me into the 5th thing that I really like about the Ranger, is just its overall ease of use. Yes, the gearbox might be a little bit tricky for the old people out in the dunes, but on the road you don't even feel this thing change gears. It just wafts along so easily. I mean, I hopped out of this car after 1,000 odd kilometers and I felt fine. The seats are comfortable, there's space, we've got my tunes. I think overall as a package, the Ranger is really good. It combines capable 4x4, good looks, the latest technology into one package that kind of assists you with everything. And maybe that could be its downfall. Like you say, you know, because it's good at many different things, it's not brilliant at one thing.
Kyk nee, maar ek moet sê nee, jy nie ook vergeet, ons het ook baie grondpaaie gery, soos 'n distrikpaaie. En die Ranger het gemaklik 100 km/h op daai paaie gery, sonder dat ek enigstens gevoel het asof ek gaan nou hierdie ding se gat verloor of so iets nie. So ja, maar soos jy sê, hy's goed met baie goed.
Ja.
Hierdie kan 'n ongelooflike overlanding voertuig wees. Ja, jy gaan 'n paar goedjies moet verander.
Yes.
Ek persoonlik, ek sal vir hom ander tekkies opsit om mee te begin. Ek weet daar's ouens wat bullbars doen, wat die replacement bullbar opsit, wat die radar en al die goeders in kop ry sodat jy dit nie verloor nie. Definitief 'n canopy. Ongelukkig van hierdie beautiful rollbar wat hy agter het moet af as ek wil gaan ry waar ek wil ry. Want ongelukkig het jy daai ekstra plek nodig. Agterbumper dalk afval en replacement opsit met 'n lekker hak sodat hy weer lekker hoog kan sit. En dan ek weet nie of ek regtig suspension nodig het in hierdie voertuig nie. Hy is regtig gemaklik. Maar as jy dalk 'n bietjie ekstra gaan dra, sit die suspension op, hy gaan hom net dan beter hanteer. Maar verder sal ek nie baie doen in hierdie voertuig nie. Hy's capable. Hy's ongelooflik capable.
It's capable on and off-road.
Yeah.
And I think that's what we've proven on this trip. The Ranger has really been part of the team. It hasn't disappointed us. It hasn't disappointed me. I think because of its features, it does take time to get used to them all if you're not used to them. But if you are used to this bucky, if this is your bucky, or if you buy one of these and you spend some time with it, you'd know it like the back of your hand.
So I hope you enjoyed the review of the new Wildtrak. Follow us on Facebook, Subscribe to our YouTube channel and watch out for the next one coming soon.